Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and on tap today I've got a great low impact weight loss cardio toning workout that is perfect for women of a certain age. You guys, today there is absolutely no jumping, no squatting, no transitions to the ground, but a great cardio sweat. You're going to need your lightest pair of dumbbells, and if you don't have a super light pair, you can go dumbbell free and get a great cardio workout anyways. But make sure that you open up the description below so that you can get my exact 3-pair set that contains a really light pair from Amazon. Now today is a thorough Thursday, which means that I've got both a warm-up and a cool down and plenty of sweat in between. So when you're ready, I'm totally ready. Let's go. All right, you guys, let's get moving and grooving. First things first, get your dumbbells, if you have them, completely out of the way, because we're gonna start with a great warm up. And of course, that means that we are starting with arm circles and high knees. And of course, I said of course, because of course, I think you should know that. My friends, if this is your very first time here, you didn't know that, but you will soon enough. When you join in with the Pahla B Fitness family, first of all, you're gonna have to subscribe and click that bell notification so that you can do such a thing. But when you start doing these workouts more often, you know that this is how we start our warm-ups. It's one of those nice ways that we can kind of start moving our body automatically, and I can just tell you a little bit about the day and kind of explain what we're doing, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like. And today, my friends, it's going to be sweaty. It's also going to be, honestly, kind of quick. This is meant to be a great, moderate workout that is perfect for weight loss. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with Moody Kickers. And my friends, if you don't know that moderation is the way to go, let me tell you all about it. Why this is so perfect for women our age. You know what? For a long time, we had to work harder and harder and harder to be able to lose weight. And now, suddenly, somewhat suddenly, working out harder doesn't work anymore. And in fact, in order to lose weight, we have to work out more moderately, more gently, kinder and gentler to our bodies. It is a function of being, I'm just going to say, our age. You know, no matter what your age is, no matter what my age is, it's our age, and we have to learn at this point to just be kind and work with the way nature is working with us. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. And that's why today is meant to be a very challenging but moderate workout. And I know that sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but here's the thing. If you have some nice light dumbbells, it's going to be very challenging. We're going to be very sweaty. It is a cardio workout. I've got my timer going for nice 20-second intervals, but we can work pretty hard in 20 seconds. We're only getting 10 seconds of rest between exercises. And I've got some great exercises that, whether or not you are using light dumbbells, are going to challenge every inch of your body. Because you know what? We don't have a ton of time today, and that means that we're going to be super efficient with the time that we do have. And that means that we're going to get started right here with a little exercise I call reach across, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to be reaching across. Now I'm grabbing my nice light dumbbells. You're going to be reaching across your body while tapping out that same foot on the other side. So reach across and reach across. Now here's the thing about these 20-second intervals. Yes, you can absolutely get them rocking, but I'm going to actually start off kind of moderate. Well, in fact, I'm going to keep it moderate the whole day. But what I mean is that if we start off spiking our heart rate, that 10 seconds of rest isn't really going to bring it back down. Over the course of this workout, 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're going to do something I call the letter K. It's going to start with hands up overhead. Going to bring one hand down while kicking that same foot out to the side. On one side, it's the letter K. On the other side, it's not. Doesn't matter which one is the letter K, which one's not, whether or not it's a full letter K or kind of a mostly straight up and down letter K. We're doing our best. We're pulling in our core. We're moving quickly but moderately, moderating our heart rate for the whole workout today. Excellent job, you guys. No matter how fast or slow you move now, over the course of the workout, you're going to get sweaty. Coming up next, we're doing something I call ding dongs, which means that we're swinging low while kicking out nice and wide to each side. Swinging those dumbbells nice and low and then kicking out. Knocking yourself off balance means that you need to hold in your core, my friend. When it beeps again, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest. Whoo, doggies, we can really get rocking with this one. And that's kind kind of what I mean, 10 seconds of rest. No matter what, your heart rate's coming up today. We're sweating. This is on. This is happening. Coming up next, we're doing something I call can-cans. It's a little knee to elbow and then a full kick. Knee to elbow, full kick. Doing a little kick and a knee on each side, and then hands are just kind of staying almost in like a biceps curl position, but by having them up near your shoulders and moving your feet quickly, we are still toning, and still getting that cardio. 10 seconds of rest. Now here's the dealio. I've got these little mini circuits today. Those 4 exercises, we're going to do them all one more time before we move on, starting with that reach across. Reaching across your body, tapping out to the side. When we've got something heavy in our hands, and frankly, even if you don't, making sure that you're pulling in your core while we're moving quickly is a great way to make sure that this exercise is doing its best for you. 10 seconds of rest. My friends, your core is the core of it all. You've got to pull that in to keep your spine safe. Coming up next is the letter K's to make sure that your exercise is effective. Now here's the thing, we can fling and flang our bodies all around the world, but if you are not pulling in your core, you might not be using the muscles that you think you're using, and you might very inadvertently be causing small injuries. You could feel this, 10 seconds of rest, sometimes as low back pain, sometimes as hip pain, sometimes as shoulder pain, all kinds of ways you can accidentally hurt yourself without holding in your core. Here we go with those ding-dongs. I absolutely love this exercise. There's something about it that just feels so big and so free, and yet absolutely no jumping today and no squatting, no getting down on the ground. We're getting a great sweat without anything being above and beyond. 10 seconds of rest, and then we're going to do can-cans for the second and final time before we move on to a new little mini circuit. So here we go with a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. Having those dumbbells up, working your shoulders, working your biceps. Of course, we've got our core pulled in tight, so we're working our lower body as well with this knee and kick. And you know what? We're always getting some ab work. 10 seconds of rest. Okay. Remember how I promised you we were going to get plenty of sweaty anyways, no matter how slow we started off? Here it comes. Coming up next is a little something I call push, push, crunch. We're going to push and crunch. Push, and then swing it overhead for a crunch. It's a little bit, I always think it looks like I'm doing kind of a hula dance here, if I was any more smooth and coordinated with it. But we're getting a little bit of everything here. Upper body, lower body, and abs in every exercise, my friend. 10 seconds of rest right now, and then coming up next, something I call punch down, switch foot, because we're going to punch down and then switch feet. So punching down, pulling up, switching feet back and forth. Really thinking about pulling up with your elbow, which means that we're getting great upper and middle back work with this. Pulling in your core means that we're working it all the way we want to. Awesome job. Nice and quick, and then we rest for just 10 seconds. I know. This is a fast-paced, fast-moving workout today. Coming up next, elbow swing booty kickers. So it's kind of like those booty kickers we did for our warm-up, but we've added an elbow swing that can really help you work those triceps. Here's the thing about cardio toning. We are getting what's called muscle endurance work, meaning that we're teaching our muscles how to do light work, 10 seconds of rest, for a relatively long amount of time. Coming up next, something I call forward hinge arm flappers. We're going to hinge forward while we're flapping our arms. Start with your hands up, push your hips back, and pull them forward. As we push back and pull forward, we are swinging our arms kind of like a jumping jack, except there's absolutely no jumping today. This is, in fact, a thinly disguised deadlift. So if you end up feeling it in your lower back, well, first of all, 10 seconds of rest. But if you feel it in your lower back, don't go over quite so far and make sure you're pulling in your abs. Coming up next, starting that mini circuit again with that push and crunch. Push, push, and crunch. My friends, this is a great way to get such a good workout today. You know, we don't always have to be working so hard that we are drenched in sweat and so sore and unable to move tomorrow. 10 seconds of rest. This kind of moderate effort is the kind of workout that you can do every single day of the year. Coming up next is that punch down switch foot. Now, I certainly don't suggest that you do this workout every single day for a year. I gotta be honest, that would get old super duper fast. But this kind of an effort every single day is exactly the way that you can meet your weight loss goals. Now, you guys, when it beeps again, we're gonna get 10 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna move on to those elbow swing booty kickers. Now, here's the thing about losing weight at our age. It's not so much about working hard. Here we go with those elbow swing booty kickers. It's not about working ourselves into the ground anymore. It's about working kinder, working more moderately, working with what we've got. And what we've got is not as much estrogen as we used to have. And what that means is that 10 seconds of rest is that we don't recover as fast as we used to. You might have noticed this in your workouts. Coming up next is those forward hinge arm flappers for the second and final time. Hands up, and here we go. And flap and hinge. If you feel this in your lower back, make sure you're pulling in that core. When it beeps again, we're going to be done with this little mini circuit. Awesome job. Whew, doggies. Feeling this one? Excellent. And 10 seconds of rest. You guys, this is why I'm glad I have super light dumbbells. Coming up next, we're going to do windmill tap backs. Hands are nice and wide, feet are nice and wide. We're going to reach down and tap back. So we're reaching across and tapping back, trying to keep that other hand up as much as possible. Absolutely. Bringing up that heart rate, working every muscle in your body. When it beeps again, thank goodness, 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, swinging tappers. Now, this is going to be a lot like those ding dongs, except we're keeping it a little bit lower on the feet and a little bit higher on the hands. When we put our hands up above our head, up above our hearts, that's how we're driving our heart rate up, up, up without having our feet leave the ground. So nice and gentle on this tap and nice and big on the swing. Excellent. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, doing a little something I call punch up kicks, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to punch up while we kick. And here we go, punching up and kicking. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I apologize if it gets a little bit loud in here. This is a workout for a crazy busy day. When it beeps again, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest. But I've got a crazy busy day going on in my house today. 10 seconds of rest. I'm actually having a dumpster delivered right now, which you can probably hear in the background. My son is handling the delivery and he left the door open. Here we go with half jacks. Literally half of your body doing half of a jumping jack, raising that arm out to the side. Oh, do you feel that work in your shoulder? While tapping that same foot out in just half of a jumping jack. No jumping today means that we are keeping at least one foot on the ground every time. Excellent job. 10 seconds of rest, you guys. You guys, that was that little mini circuit. Coming up next, we're doing those windmill tap backs for the second and final time. So hands are wide, feet are wide, down we reach and up we go. Excellent job. Whew, doggies, here in this third little mini circuit, really starting to feel that cumulative effect. This is why I always suggest that we start off at a pretty moderate pace, honestly. 10 seconds of rest. Because no matter how moderately we start off, at some point in the workout, your heart rate is going to continue climbing even when we come down. So here we go with those swinging tappers. Hands are nice and high, high, high on the swing. Feet are just low on that tap. Really feeling that work. Oh my gosh, as we swing up, make sure that your core is pulled in tight so you can feel that in the middle and upper back. Those big swimmer muscles, 10 seconds of rest, getting nice and toned. Okay, coming up next, we've got punch up kicks again. I tell you what, there's a lot of coordination going on today. I wanted to make sure that we got every single muscle, a nice thorough Thursday workout, a nice efficient and effective workout where we are getting every major muscle group without completely overloading anything at any one time. 10 seconds of rest, you guys, except your heart and lungs. Heart and lungs, they're getting overloaded right now. Coming up next, we're doing those half jacks. So half of your body goes into a jumping jack and then the other half, stopping right there at the halfway point, because that, my friends, I know you feel it, that is shoulder work. This is how we get tank top arms, even if it's winter when you're watching this. When it beeps again, we get 10 seconds of rest, and that will be the end of mini circuit number 3. There's only 4 of them. I don't think I mentioned that. There's only 4 little mini circuits here. We're going to start up with our 4th and final mini circuit with walking stars. Push your hands up, pull them back down, switch your hands, switch your feet. Picking an apple, putting it in your pocket, and then putting it in your pocket on the other side. Walking forward, walking back. You might know this as a box step. When I call it walking stars, it makes it a little bit easier for my brain to understand what we're doing. 10 seconds of rest. This is what I'm talking about with the coordination. This final mini circuit, it's going to do me in. Coming up next, we're doing twisting kicks. You're going to have your hands at your shoulders. We're going to twist our torso while we kick forward, keeping your hands in that biceps curl position. Whoo, twisting your torso, pulling your core in super tight. This is abs work. Of course, it's cardio. The whole day is cardio, but oh my gosh, sometimes we can really feel, that targeted area. 10 seconds of rest. I know. Coming up next, doing something I call double knee X's. We're going to start in the letter X, hands wide, feet wide. Bringing your elbow to your knee 2 times in a row. Bringing your other elbow to your other knee 2 times in a row on the other side. Keeping that other hand up. Oh my gosh, driving the heart rate up. Making sure that your core is pulled in tight the whole time. Excellent job. 10 seconds of rest. Yeah, I know. This 4th circuit, it's really packing a punch, isn't it? Coming up next, we're doing leg twister jacks. And that means that your hands are doing jumping jacks while your feet are twisting in and then out. And then in and then out. Oh my gosh. This one is super coordinating, and frankly, with these dumbbells, super tough. That's why this is the last exercise. Oh my gosh. In the mini circuit. I knew what that was going to feel like. So my friends, here we go with the final mini circuit, the final time. Walking stars or box step, depending on what you want to call it, or apple pickers, if you want to call it that. Oh my gosh, my friends, this has been a really great, fast, and fun workout today. You have done such a great job. I know we're not done yet, but I'm just doing the whole, okay, that's the final mini circuit. That means that I can start thinking about all the other things I have to do next today. 10 seconds of rest right now. Next is coming up is twisting kicks. You know, it's nice to have, oops, I got started on the wrong side. I got to twist into, there we go, into the kick so that you're really feeling that in your core. It's nice to have a very thorough workout that really doesn't take all day. You know you've gotten it done, but you also, 10 seconds of rest. You can get on to other things. Getting your dumpster delivered, pulling out carpet, which is what we're doing next. You know, all those kinds of good things. Actually, next, we're doing those double knee X's. Yes, my friends, I tell you what, we are doing some home renovation here at the Pahla B Fitness headquarters. This is actually the very last workout that I am recording with this old, disgusting carpet. Thank goodness, 10 seconds of rest. Thank goodness you don't have smell-o-vision, because all the sweat that is accumulated and all the animals that live here, the carpet is done for. We're getting something new. Coming up next is those leg twister jacks for the last time. Here we go. Twisting in, twisting out. Remembering to move both of my hands, even though my shoulders are getting tired of this. Twist your leg in, twist your leg out. Oh my goodness, when it beeps again, we are done, but we're not quite finished. I've got one final thing for us. This is single-sided. I'm gonna start with my left leg on the ground. A little something I call flying fast ups. Hands are up overhead. You're tipped forward a little bit. You're bringing your hands to your knees, your knee to your hands. Hands are straight up overhead. Biceps right next to your ears. When it beeps, we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds with your hands up over your head and your foot hopefully not touching ground if you can. If you need to touch the ground, of course you can. Whew. When it beeps again, we're gonna switch sides real quick. Awesome job. I'm falling out of this. Oh my gosh. And what a challenge to hold on to that final position of balance after all this cardio and all this great toning. Making sure that you're holding in your core. When it beeps again, we're holding it on this side. I wanted to hold it in that down position, but here we go. The final 10 seconds. The next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. Awesome job. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, I told you, plenty of sweat. Go ahead and put your dumbbells completely down, completely out of the way. I've got a nice, efficient cool down for us. We're gonna start with some arm circles. Oh my gosh, with a little bit of side tappers. Now here's the thing. I know you've got a busy day. I do too, but don't skip your cool down. I know lots of us, honestly, sometimes if I didn't film it, I wouldn't do it. I know, but we're gonna keep it nice and fast today. Here on screen in just a little bit, I'm gonna have a little bit more of an extended cool down for you, especially for those of my bees who do love to stretch, who do enjoy the cool down part. For those of us who sometimes don't do our best with it, I'm gonna keep it nice and quick. Just make sure that you've brought your heart rate down. Let's do some arm crossers. And give yourself a big hug and open it up. And big hug. Super, super slow on this. Still kind of feels like cardio though, doesn't it? My heart rate is not coming down very fast. And this little bit of balance work here still feels like core work too, my friends. In addition, just in case you're not in a hurry, like some of us today, I will have a nice suggested other workout in case you'd like to do a little bit more. Maybe another cardio toning, maybe just some straight up cardio. I'll have a suggestion for you along with an extended cool down. Now down on the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the letter P. That's an invitation to go over to Patreon like my friends Priscilla, Juliana, and Shannon. And I apologize, Juliana, if I have just said your name wrong. I'm going to say it the other way too. Could be Juliana. And either way you pronounce your name, oh my gosh, Priscilla, Juliana, and Shannon, thank you so much for your support. It is so greatly appreciated. You guys, a monthly pledge from you or them over on Patreon helps me make free workouts for all of us, and thank you so much for that. On the other side of the screen, that's a subscribe button. Make sure you click that so that we can work out together again. Thank you so much for sweating with me today. Click the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.